Hi there, Dr. Uni-ball here today to talk about my new favorite pen, which is the uni-ball Jetstream Sport. The reason I love this pen so much is because it has the smoothest write of any pen I've ever found. It's a big claim to make. Let's see if we can back it up. First of all, it's a hybrid ink. It's a retractable roller ball that doesn't need a cap. And the reason it doesn't need a cap is the hybrid ink. It's actually half rollerball ink, half gel pen. Let's take a closer look at that. This is a bottle of that ink where we've taken the pigment out so you can see clearly that at rest, this is a solid. But the unique property about this ink is with just a little bit of friction, it'll turn from a solid into a liquid. And I'm going to apply that friction just by shaking the bottle a little. Can you see that? Can you see how it went instantly into a liquid? In the pen itself, just a little bit of friction by writing on paper instantly turns the ink from a solid to a liquid, to a very free-flowing rollerball-like liquid. That's the reason it writes so smoothly. Now, interestingly enough, it turns back into a solid so quickly that you don't get this problem that you usually get with capped roller balls like this one, and that's leaking. Without the cap on, they tend to dry out and leak. Not so with the Jetstream Sport, because at rest, it's a solid. There's nothing to leak out. One of the other neat things about the Jetstream Sport's hybrid ink is that because it goes from a solid to a liquid, but then back into a solid so quickly again, it's smear-proof. It's almost impossible to smear, which is very different than traditional roller balls. Let's see what I mean there. No smearing at all. Again, that's that hybrid ink that we talked about. One of the things I like so much about science is you get to test things out. You don't have to take people's word for anything. Now, uni-ball claims that this is the smoothest writing pen available because of that hybrid ink we talked about. Let's not take their word for it. Let's put it to the test. So we've developed this unique contraption that holds three pens together so they can stand up on their own. And we're going to do some head-to-head comparisons. On my right-hand side, the uni-ball Jetstream Sport, and on my left, the Pilot G2. Now, the experiment's going to work like this. I've got these two different brands of pens standing up on their own, and I'm going to lift the paper up, and whichever pen requires the least amount of friction to start the ball in the refill rolling and laying down ink, whichever pen requires the least amount of friction to do that is going to roll forward first. So let's lift this up and see what happens. And it's the Jetstream Sport. Let's try that again. Again, the Jetstream Sport. So what's that tell us? Well, head-to-head, the Jetstream versus the Pilot G2, it's taking less friction to get the ball in the refill turning and laying down ink. Well, let's compare the Jetstream to the Bit Velocity Gel. We'll lift these up and see which one is going to roll down first. Let's switch sides. Maybe there's something magical about that side of the paper. Again, I'm going to lift this up. And again, it's the uni-ball Jetstream Sport. Let's try it against this stick pen that you see absolutely everywhere. Again, the uni-ball Jetstream Sport versus the stick pen. Well, that's no real surprise, I guess. So, again, science proving something. In this case, we're proving that it takes less friction to write with the uni-ball Jetstream Sport than other competitive pens. What's that really mean? Well, what it means is this, that if you're somebody who's writing with a pen all day long, your hand is going to get less fatigued and less cramped if you write with the uni-ball Jetstream Sport.